budget covering years July 2013 through June 2015 contains a $550 million reduction to the state hospitals. What is your position on ending this reduction and restoring this important funding to our hospitals?
Well, thank you for the question. Not just, and we're having that problem in Wyndham Hospital, Bacchus, since Hartford Hospital took over. The healthcare system throughout this country is a major disaster. And you're working in one of the, I think, the toughest industry in the country right now. We need to support the hospitals. We need to look at reinstating the money that you need to survive. I don't know why the money would be taken away. And actually, some of the legislation they were talking about was actually taking you off of the nonprofit status, basically, and making you a taxable entity within the town that you reside. And then it would be up to the fathers and the ladies in that town to decide how we're going to tax you. And then if there's any money, the government will rebate it to you. But that's an Pandora's open box. I mean, Wyndham could turn around and tell Wyndham Hospital, now we're going to get that $10 million that you're taking up in property and value that we need. And the state will turn around like they have done in Pilot. Many of you know what Pilot is, payment in lieu of taxes. Last year, Wyndham was going to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mansfield was losing, and still has. Pilot's probably the biggest joke the state of Connecticut has. They never fulfilled their promises. All right, right now it's probably based on 35 cents on the dollar of the 100% that they were supposed to give us, and it doesn't help. We need to be able to take care of the hospitals. We need to make sure you're provided with the needs possible, and there's no doubt that you're a vital, people look to you. You're the go-to guys, and we need to make sure you're secure and produce a good product for the safety of the people.
Ms. Fletcher, please.
I'd encourage folks to listen very carefully this morning, because as everyone in this room knows, the state of Connecticut has a lot of tough choices that we've had to make in the last several years, and that we're going to have to make going forward. So it's one thing to stand up here and say you're going to cut gas taxes, and then the next question, pledge to you that you're going to restore the cuts to hospitals this year. Nobody's going to be able to do all of that next year, I can guarantee you that. I think that we need to be focused on community hospitals like you've done so well, frankly, over the last couple of years when we have debated serious cuts in hospital funding. Dave Kimball Healthcare has had a strong advocate at the Capitol to defend what you do, how you do it smartly, how you focus on the core services that people here in Northeastern Connecticut need, and how you're moving towards maximizing federal dollars as well. And so I think we need to do more to support you, but at the same time, we've got to find a way to meet the challenges of our ever-changing healthcare system.
Mr. French, 60 seconds, please.
Okay, thank you. Well, we need to do what we do in business. We need to look at every program that has been out there that hasn't been reviewed. We need to do an audit. What works, what doesn't work. We need to stop creating new programs and promising the world, and yet the old promises don't get fulfilled. One instance, I'm a member of the Board of Education Finance Committee. ECS, Educational Cost Sharing. Wyndham has been promised money for years on that. This year we're short at $7 million on their promise. It just goes on and on. You have Killingly that is shorted $1.55 million on ECS, John. That's hurting your community. Mansfield's $1.2 million that you're shorted. When you create a program you promise you should fulfill, and yet Don Williams this year comes out with early K, pre-K. Well, if I got my $7 million, I can do all the pre-K needs I need in my community. Just do what you promise. We need to make sure the state's working right. We need to make sure that we know that each program is working correctly. That's where the savings is going to come. We need to cut some of the staff.